few seconds and we will go. Once I see it on the screen of my mobile, then I say, yeah, we're live now. But sometimes it has a lag. So, okay, I should go. So, Monday Talkers, welcome again and hello to everyone. My name is Daniel Tokap. You know me, and every time I try to dig deep and get you a very nice, professional expert with a nice bite that I could ever get. So, today I have a special guest that is from, I think, originally from Turkey, but she's covering everywhere. She's today is in UAE, tomorrow is in Istanbul, and the other day in Oman. So here we go. Welcome to the show, Bahar.
Welcome, Daniel. It's amazing to be with you finally because, like you are watching us, you are seeing us together. There's a lot of things are happening at the backstage. He's an amazing host. He is really welcoming you. So I'm so excited to be with you here today.
Amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to this session. And as you know me, I am the storyteller, a LinkedIn alchemist. That's what I try to keep this name in front of me every morning because I spent like 24 hours on my LinkedIn. My journey was not always about crafting or telling stories or narratives. I spent 2 decades in my life building up my career into engineering, and it was one spark that get me this entrepreneurship into my true passion now. So NDS was born 2 years ago, and it became my second daughter. NDS is my company, and it's all about helping people to tell their stories for businesses and get connected and get also be perceived as thought leaders. This is what I try to do is to give you the spotlight you deserve because you are the expert. And this actually, Monday Talks, is one of my spotlights that I try to do. I used to do it recorded, and I have this Monday Talks YouTube channel, and you can watch me today live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and also on Bahar's YouTube and LinkedIn. No, she's with me on LinkedIn. So, what I'm trying to say is my mission is to help you rewrite your own story, your business story, your thought story, whatever you are, an engineer, a business owner, a coach, or simply someone looking to make a difference. I believe that storytelling is the key to unlock your potential and get heard and be seen. Because people, when they resonate to your story, they can watch you and hear you till the end. So, welcome again to this Monday Talks live. And I would like to say we have the privilege of hosting Bahar Selman from Turkey, renowned executive coach and founder of UpHuman. Bahar has helped countless ambitious professionals to overcome self doubt and step into leadership potential. In this episode, we will delve into the challenge of imposter syndrome. I don't know if you hear about this term or not, but we're going to take it from the very basic thing and try to address every aspect of it as much as we can in this 1 hour period. So, what's the importance of authentic leadership, practical strategies for finding your voice, you name it. And please don't wait us for asking you to put the question. Go ahead, be our guest, and you are here with us live. It's your chance. Here's the professional with us. Bahar is here. So just put your question, and we try to cover as much as we can. So hi again, Bahar, and let's start by saying, or the very beginning, I always ask, so who is Bahar Salman? Who is Bahar Salman?
Thank you so much. Like, who's Bahar Saman? Wow, it's a question I think we try to find the answer until I think we leave this world. But let me answer this question that where I am now. Um, My name is Bahar. Bahar is someone now helping professionals to find out their own authentic voice, to understand their impact in the world. And of course, I can list lots of titles, but as the days go by, I think we are experiencing an inflation of titles, which I want to go beyond titles. My journey starts almost like 30 some years ago in Istanbul. And then I started, if people always have like, you know, the first thing they asking, my initial professional career. But I spent my entire life almost in Istanbul until one day I really understand my professional passion is when I was in university. I like to spend so much time in the supermarkets you cannot imagine. Then I realized that from my childhood, I love shopping, especially going to buying for my family when they give me the money to buy X product. No, I was coming with Y product with an explanation. I used to love, I still love reading packages. Something is weird, like. Then, of course, in the corporate journey, when I was in university, I was super curious about, I was super passionate about my corporate career, so excited. And of course I did lots of internships. As I'm telling you, I was taking very seriously, try to understand what is really working for me. If there is a career expo, I was there. If there is a professional there, I was there. That time, imagine, is 2000s, and we don't have of course we have internet, we have some limited connection, but we didn't even have a LinkedIn the times like I'm mentioning. And you know, we have a limited access to environment. So I used to enjoy networking events, all, you know, like my friends thinking about other things. I was thinking about like so excited. I should finish university. I need to start my corporate career. So I started, and I am seeing also lots of professionals. They are telling me their stories, like they are so excited. They think they increase their self-worth, all these companies. And I started my career that time working for a fast-moving consumer company. When I say fast-moving consumer goods, think about companies like P&G, Unilever, all the consumer goods, baby diapers, shampoos, hygienic products. We call it fast-moving consumer goods. So I landed in a management trainer role in marketing in one of the biggest companies, but it's a local company in Turkey. And then throughout my career, actually, another decade, I focused on building brands. I had a chance to work with big global multinational companies in different marketing leadership roles. When I'm building the brands, you know, I being in that tough environment, because all the environments are high stakes environments with lots of demanding, lots of people. There may be people in there in the top percent or 0.5 top percent. And because you, in order to land that type of a company, you need to make some sacrifices, and you are young, and everyone around you, they're ambitious in their careers, expectations high from you, and you're always climbing, you're always performing. And as the times go by, of course, I found myself changing my first years, are changing my roles every other year. And then I ask myself, like, I am good at changing jobs, right? I'm finding I'm good at interviews. I am choosing myself, like it's no war. But I am actually moving to one role and just have lots of expectations. What happens in 2 years' time? I am, even though they're happy with me, and I'm, so what's happening? What is, why I'm in this situation? That time it was 2015. And one of my friends, she's a very wise lady, and she said to me that, Bahar, I think you should work with a career coach. I said, like, is a life coach. I don't want to lose weight, because that time, maybe still, when we say coaching, I was thinking that there will be a coach and we will exercise together. What is all about? I am talking about my career here. And and of course I'm making that make it a little bit, adding a little bit humor here. But and then I work with a really professional coach that time. The first time I understand there's something like coaching. The main takeaway that all these sessions that we work throughout 1 year, was not taking enough responsibility in my career, and I was adding putting so much energy. But when it comes to my expectations, where I need to manage my expectations, everything is here needs to be, and I was not speaking up that much. I was always actually try to please others, and what is happening inside of me, I was draining myself. So all this discovery really helped me to stay very long time and become the global head of our baby diaper category and managing uh, over 20 companies and establishing global team. And then if I am have here, and then I make this choice in 2020, staying that role for 5 years and understanding that really what really matters to me. I always say, like, if we have the titles, of course people know me. Last 4 years I'm creating content on LinkedIn, like weekly. I'm really active, and I have lots of friends. It's a platform for me, making friends,
Amazing.
building relationships. My old clients, by the way, maybe people know I am from Istanbul, but last 4 years I'm in United Arab Emirates, so I'm based in here. But of course, I'm traveling a lot, so maybe we can move it from here. But last 4 years, one side of me is really comes from that marketing. Marketing teach me so many things, and how I'm linking what I'm doing, corporate training and coaching. But I'm really happy that in 2015 I made this choice. I look at myself and I really understand where the problem is coming from.
Very inspiring. It's a personal story, and now we know how expert our guest is. So to answer you, Mr. Emre, the subject is showing on the bottom of the screen. We're going to talk about imposter syndrome in leadership. But the first thing we did is to introduce my guest, Bahar. So thank you for allowing us to move on and learn. So let us dig deep directly into this. Let's define imposter syndrome. What does it mean? And what are the common root causes of imposter syndrome? And why does it affect so many successful individuals? Not even, we're not talking about people that are or lazy or unsuccessful. We're talking about successful people that can be affected with imposter syndrome as quick as
Yeah,
you can. I
yeah.
know we can. 1 hour is not enough. Yeah.
Imposter syndrome, when we say, some of the people, I think, is becoming more and more. When we look at the Google trends, we see there is a big increase. Google, when you look at Google or when you talk with people, they will say it's like a constant feeling of self-doubt despite you have clear accomplishments, and you are feeling like fraud. And most of the time your inner voice speaks with you. One day they will discover you are unqualified. Whatever you get, when there is a praise, when they say you did something amazing, inside of you, when you promote it, inside of you tells, I got this through luck. I just is not, I don't deserve this, inside of you. And you are feeling like a fraud. That's why it comes, like you are feeling like an imposter. And there is a big higher chance to experience these feelings, especially if you are, one of your values is success, and you are really success oriented, and you see yourself as a high achiever, high ambitious individual. So this is like feeling like, whatever I have come to this point, especially in the leadership. That's why we decided to talk in more in the leadership roles. And I came to this level, but this is because of, there was a role open, because I know this person, because of life, because of this, because of that. So there is a big issue for individual
Okay.
to internalize their own real success. It also, of
So
course, it will
saying,
reduces your self-worth.
you're saying that I diagnose myself and I keep it inside me that I'm not qualified, and
Yeah,
someday they will discover me, right?
yeah, they
Maybe
will
I
find
am
out. Yeah,
jumping. Yeah.
self-doubt.
Okay. How does
Excessive
that?
self-doubt.
Okay, this is very big self doubt
Yeah.
because This make me create a mask, a big one, solid one, in front of everybody, that I should be solid, less talkative, don't express my mind. So let's dig deep here. How can
Yeah.
imposter syndrome hinder a leader ability to make decisions and build relationships because he is afraid to talk much more about
Yeah.
himself? He might be, or she might be discovered that they're not qualified, and they hinder also the innovation. So
Yeah. Of course.
what
Decision making.
how can this syndrome hinder a leader from taking the decision?
As you mentioned, very first of all, like 70% of the people, according to International Journal of Behavioral Science, we have data. 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point. And when we are looking at, for example, the corporate impact, Deloitte
Hmm.
had a study, and Deloitte reported that 56 percent of the executive who join the research with imposter syndrome avoid asking for promotions or new projects. So first of all, take it from there. It was reducing your impact to ask for more. And what is the impact on the corporate level? Think about, you cannot unleash your leader's potential. So they are maybe become more hesitant. They are not taking any risks. They are not speaking up, especially in the individual level. You are not asking for promotions because inside of you, there is a nagging voice there. Don't become visible. If you become visible, they will see your mask. It's better to
Wow.
not
Wow.
play big, won't play big inside of you. That voice is leading you, because whatever we in our inner dialogue is the result of our mindset and has a direct impact of our behaviors, right? Because the
Hmm.
behaviors is being observed and creates our actions and our other results, right? So this is one thing we can say about the promotions. The other thing, for example, um, another the research shows of Deloitte shows that 50% of the leaders with imposters experience the imposter syndrome experience hesitation to share their innovative ideas or propose significant changes. So this also it impacts the innovation, new ideas. So, and at the
Is it
same
is
time,
it
yeah. Hmm.
okay? Sorry to cut you here, but is it something I get born with, self doubt that improves into this imposter syndrome, or is it something because of the work environment? Why do I feel that? Why do I feel this?
Yeah, it's something, of course, like it's not something we were born. We have, this is a result, the imposter syndrome or self-doubt is a result of your mindset, your belief system. And we know that our belief system mainly shaped when we were child, right? So it ties to back to our childhood.
Hmm.
But if you have that kind of beliefs, you will find, because you have that ingrained in you, when you go to corporate environment, you will subconsciously looking for signs around you to verify that limiting beliefs
It's true.
inside of. Yeah,
Wow.
but you will,
I
that
was
will
taught
amplify
to
in the environment. Yes, but you are not
instead
aware, you
of
are not doing consciously. You are not doing consciously because you are ingrained. You believe that, and it's ingrained in you. And the subconscious this is the way you are thinking. If you are not working on mindset, that's why we always, as coaches, when we are working with our clients, the first thing we want to make them more aware what's happening in their minds, what is happening around them, what are their feelings. But if you are living in automatic pilot and never question anything, and then you started to see the signs everywhere, they are actually verifying the existing beliefs you have in your mind.
when do I believe these beliefs that I am not qualified?
The when it's shaped, right? When they are shaped when you were child, and then as the years go by, you are actually verifying to yourself in a wrong way, and you're always experiencing, because this is your belief system, right? This is the way you see the
Mm,
world. This is where you see the corporate. This is where you see your leadership impact. So if you have this lens, and if you don't change it, if you don't clean it, right,
mm.
you will
Ah,
continue seeing the same thing and experiencing the same results.
so imposter syndrome does not have a certain age that is really tough, but I can see it very clearly when I am, let's say, getting hired in a new position that is higher than what I used to be for like 5 years, or I get promoted in corporate life into a bigger position that is, yeah, I have to manage my friends now and I have to prove myself, but I hide behind this idea that, just like you said, I will look for signs that I am unqualified, which is really dangerous. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how can I overcome this self doubt? Because it's holding me back, and and it even shuts my mouth from
Yeah.
expressing my ideas, not only innovation, because I have a long experience or very nice, strong knowledge, but I am hesitant to share because of this. What should I
Yes.
do?
The first thing I always say, don't expect a magic stick come and change your life in one day. I think what I always, when I'm working with my clients, and especially what is the result of imposter syndrome, it impacts somebody's perception about themselves and has a big impact on your self-worth. I think what is really important for that individual, before moving, what you need to do, the first thing is really understanding how worthy you are. And it will take some time. It's not like me writing affirmations and
Compared
looking
to
at them.
whom?
Huh?
Compared to whom? Compared to
You
whom?
are an individual, all of us, first of all of us, as an individual, we are worthy because we came to this world and we are doing lots of things. At the same time, what is really important for when we are dealing with lack of self-confidence, and if we want to empower our clients as a coach, the first thing is important for actually understanding your real worth. It includes all your life journey. When you are looking at your life journey, all of us, we have really big turning points. And I really, when I come first time, when I'm having a discovery call with my clients, which is usually about 1.5 hours, 2 hours, it's really important to understand bringing that own authentic self of them, which are what are their values that they care about. What is the timeline of their life? What are the peak moments they have achieved? What are the moments they really feel alive? When we are actually going that moments, when we are reminding ourselves who we really are, and we are started to understand our impact on our life, others life, or our impact on the corporates that we work or the companies that we establish so far. It was the first step. The first step before moving on to the speak up, do this, do that, we need to understand actually what who we are really, who are we really. And this is
Mm.
understanding your self-worth. That moment, after that, of course, you really now need to look at what my when I'm working my coaching clients, to understand the voices inside of them, because we don't have one voice inside of us. We have that nagging voice, we have that voice we don't hear too often, that encouraging. We have the other voice inside of us, which is really can be really appreciative and can be really supportive. What happens? That voices are inside of us. Actually, that nagging voice, it comes from, it has a reason there. Wants to protect us sometimes because doesn't want others to see, doesn't
Yeah.
want us to go to dangerous environments, is keeping us. But it may help us in the past in some moments, but sometimes it doesn't help. So first of all, it's really important to understand, and instead of being angry to that voice, I will help my clients to see, how it's impacting, what is the cost, and challenging that beliefs, like you cannot do this, or this is this, and really challenging what is the evidence for that, what is your evidence when you said this. And the more you do this, and then they really started to smile, like, but it doesn't mean anything. And then you can start to discover the other voices inside of us, right? And the energy of the when I'm working with clients is changing there, because when we are talking about fear, even saying
Yeah.
fear, you started to experience fear. When you are talking about that thoughts itself, or then you started to hear that the other voices, and so you can find your inner voice. It's not like a journey doesn't happen overnight, but if you are telling me the first initial steps before moving on, what we should do in real life, of course we need to take more action, we need to speak up, of course, but before going there, first you need to understand your real worth, and then you need to through these methods you need to experience, like, what is stopping you in
Mm.
your mindset, and what are the moments you experience in your life, the peak moments, you are really experiencing your values, remembering those and connecting with those moments. Actually, these are the starting points. Of course, we can talk about how you can raise. These are the external factors, but these are the things that I mentioned, they are internal.
Amazing. I love the concept of which voice inside me should I hear now. I love that.
Yeah.
Uh, but let me just before we dig deep into practical solutions of this
Hmm.
imposter syndrome.
Yes.
And by the way, my audience, I don't see you. don't see your comments, your questions. Come on in. Rais Ali, you're called by name, just like you commented. And Liz, you're called by name. Okay. Feel welcome. We're waiting for your questions. I want to highlight the importance of this imposter syndrome. We have dreamers and we have that people happy where they are.
Yes.
But some people stick to where they are because of this imposter syndrome and they will not evolve to, although they are more experienced than the current, let's say, manager, they have been promoted over them, they are more qualified than them. Because of this imposter syndrome, they're on hold with their
Yeah.
practical life, and
Yes.
even sometimes in their social life, right?
Yes.
So it's dangerous here. It's very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
What are the symptoms that shows in me to know that I have it? I have this syndrome, and I have to talk to myself and change my mindset and go into solutions. But before that, there's a foggy space, let's say, unclear between fear, unqualified, and imposter syndrome. Three things here mixing up together. So, which one is right? Which one is here inside me? What symptoms do I notice when I have this imposter syndrome in me?
Okay. The first of all, I mean, we don't want to label anyone else, and this syndrome is not a disorder or something. We just like, this is a fact, and this is a type of behavior, the way of thinking things. So that's why how you can notice yourself. The first thing that I mentioned is excessive self-doubt, especially not every self-doubt. Always you are thinking that you come to this point by chance, not by your success. So you are not internalizing or owning your success. If it always happens, for example, you can look at yourself. um, of course, we talk about sometimes overworking. If you are
Mm,
sometimes overwinding yourself, I think that's why it's called the imposter syndrome can increase the chance of having burnout, right? Sometimes you have burnout, really, you have tough conditions, but also your mindset. If sometimes you may think, if I work hard, maybe they don't see me. Maybe they don't find out me, because
mm,
overworking compensating, because you think you are not good enough. You think inside of you are there, you have that title, you are there, but you came to there because you something is lacking in you, something you are not that's good enough, right, inside of you. So you are overworking because of you are thinking that you should compensate something. If I overwork and I can overcompensate, if I don't go above and beyond, they will see that I'm not good enough. Maybe sometimes they don't say that phrase
Yeah.
that to yourself, but inside of you you say, I need to prove I deserve this position. So you always, if you're always using that, I need to work hard to deserve this. Sometimes yes, but always your mindset, because this is something you earn, that instead of the energy, when you say I need to, in order to, I need to deserve, I need to prove myself, I need to prove I deserve this position, is different there. I earned this position already. I came
Mm.
there with my all hard work. This is a different mindset. Also, if you're avoiding new opportunities, especially you are maybe telling yourself you are not ready for this, for example. But if you fail and everybody sees it, for example, so also all of these are symptoms.
Mm. Hmm. Serious ones. Um, okay. Should we go into practical strategies that leaders
Yes,
can use to overcome this self doubt and replace it with self confidence?
exactly. What important thing is, if this the things that we these are sound familiar to you all day, resonate to you. Sometimes you may hear these so far and you are thinking that, it really resonates with me. I really encourage you, grab your pen and paper, and the first thing, create
Nice.
a success inventory, but write everything. Create a wins that highlights your whole, even start from start from your early years of your career. Even most of the time you remember that young, passionate, because I how I portray myself, probably you were like this, right? And write all the things you have gone through, you all the tough decisions you make, sacrifices, everything, even not just for the awards or everything, just being a good partner, being a good friend. All of them will, first of all, you need to put and be generous here. So the first thing I really want you to encourage you to success inventory. And the secondly, it's really important to adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the mindset where turn can't to I can. So if you are saying to yourself, I am not ready for this, then you can say to yourself, in order to ready for this opportunity, first I need to show up. So I really encourage to changing that can'ts with can, and then reframe your sentences. There is always a way that you can
Hmm.
reframe, right? So this is something that I can highly encourage you. Understand your own critic. Sometimes you speak out loud from your inner critic, so you understand this. Whenever you capture, write somewhere, and look at, like, it's really real. And when you say I can, and turn it to I can in a realistic way, and you will see how your energy is changing. And another thing is, don't also wait for imposter syndrome to go away. Changing our mindset, because this is how our brain wired, it takes time. That's why one side of you become really aware of what is going on in your mind. The other side, actually, you every day need to show yourself you are taking one action. The taking action could be things you are holding back behind because you think they will see you, or if you are keeping all your ideas to yourself, you really prepared very well and you are showing up, and you try to say something different than the next time. So you need to take action on that, because the more you take action, you started to see your fear will go away, right? You started to see actually something in your mind. I'm not saying this go crazy, but also if you wait that things are going to change. If I write journal, of course they will help you, but it goes hand in hand. So that this is another thing I always encourage people to take one small action. So every day you can ask yourself, for example, there is a topic, you are going to have a meeting, going to join a meeting, and you are really have doubts about the project itself. And previously you were thinking yourself, I shouldn't say anything, what this stuff is going to
Yeah.
impact me, or why I should bother, or maybe. And just then, I'm not saying that, but when the you have the follow your values, the more you will behind your values, and the more you speak up, you started to see your confidence, that voice, because that voice was, when you don't take action, the voice is there. But when you start to show up, you also started to see this voice is not me. I cannot, this is one voice inside of me, but this is not me. So you're able to differentiate that voice from your real self. And it's a journey,
Mm,
of course.
beautiful. I have this question, very interesting, from our beloved audience, Tanner. I want to ask, what are the tools that can be used to self-evaluate ourselves? I mean, how can one assess his own skills without bias? Interesting
Yeah,
question.
very good question. Because like we have biases, right? We have biases to ourselves. This is all the conversation that we are talking about. Because if we didn't have the biases, we didn't have the imposter syndrome, or we don't have lack of confidence. So all the things that I'm saying is self-evaluate ourselves. So evaluating in terms of our mindset, or in terms, I don't know, like if we are talking about self-evaluation of our own skills, it's really important to actually look at our history. Your history
Hmm.
will show you a track of proven sustainable results. You will see in multiple times you actually progress in the some certain skill. You probably in that same company, you maybe 2 3 business turnarounds, or for example, you have the similar type of project couple of times, and you get another bigger project. So I, to be honest, the question can be, what are the repeated patterns in my career? What are the repeated things in my career, especially in terms of new projects, new ideas? At the same time, when you are going to do this, what are the things others are telling you constantly? Because there are some things about positive about ourselves, or what helps others. You heard this multiple times. Also list all of them, and look at the repetitive things in your career.
Hmm.
And one of
Interesting.
the other things is really good. I do this occasionally to myself. Find like five people, because you will still have your biases. It's being totally bias free. It's the ultimate level, because the way our mind is structured with all these beliefs, we always have kind of a frame that we are bringing. So one way of doing things is actually finding like reaching out 5 people that can share honest feedback about
Hmm.
ourselves, and just telling them, I really would like to talk with you. There is no judgment there, and there is no sugarcoating. I just want to hear the real, and asking some couple of questions that we are really curious about ourselves, our skills, our strengths, maybe our development areas, how their relationship change, how we change throughout the years. And then you will grab some common
Hmm.
things that everybody. And I think there are lots of ways I can also recommend. But for example, breaking your own bias is another journey that we are all talking about. And also it's really important to when you write list your achievements, and these are your skills, the inner voice maybe started to say like, others have this, others have that, or others have the same thing. And then you started to challenge that one. What is the proof that others are better than me, or we need to be always compare ourselves? What is the
Hmm.
basis on that? So the more you are going to do these practices, and then you started to break your own bias inside of you.
Hmm. Okay. Interestingly, we need to highlight one thing that even in corporate life, even when you are an entrepreneur, you don't have to do it alone. You can
Yeah.
build supporting system, supporting
Yeah.
network. Sorry, Mr. Turner, if there is any problem, you can join through LinkedIn. Sorry, through YouTube as well. It's spread everywhere. So you can go to Monday Talks on YouTube, and you will find the same session being streamed now. And also, consultant Taha, أهلا وسهلا. Interesting discussion. Thanks for the event, folks. تشرفنا بحضورك. I was saying that we have to believe that successful leaders really care about supporting, surrounding themselves with supporting network. This is what we all do. Even entrepreneurs, when you go and open your own business, you look for support. You ask
Yeah.
experienced people, ask people that been there before. You ask coaches for their visions. You ask colleagues how they. Sometimes we need that, like out of experience. Sometimes we need at least some something to support our feelings because we did a big decision here. That's to drop the corporate life and go into our own. What I'm saying is, uh, how can leaders really build that strong support network, whether they are employees, whether they are starting their own business, because they need help to navigate challenges and overcome this self-doubt, because we need these supporting words and the, hey, you used to do it easily in corporate life. Why you're self-doubting now, right?
Yeah, but
How
we are doubting. Even we say I don't want to doubt myself. It's happening, right? Even if I say I don't want to have the fear, or I don't want to think about this, we start to think more and more, right? This is really interesting, right?
agree?
Yeah.
Agree. So how can leaders build this network to support?
Yeah. Support system. I think it's really important that true confidence comes from, I think, accepting that, embracing vulnerability, and recognizing that you don't need to have all the answers. Nobody can ask, right? Because most of
Interesting.
the
That's
time,
something.
leaders leaders one of the things, the things, they, the more we are going higher and higher, we are leveling up, and we started to think that, we should have all the answers, right? And
Hmm.
having, asking for help, or building us, I mean, support system is maybe, when you have friends, but colleagues and peers, or maybe your team, but you are thinking that, like, since I'm here, I cannot that I cannot be open that much. So when, but the thing is, when leaders have the courage to admit areas for growth, it doesn't weaken their authority, even even it enhances their authenticity. So
Hmm.
building a network of support network is always something that, like a bank account, like, is not like just taking, it's sometimes like just opening space for others, to helping others. At the same time, having the courage, this requires courage, like courage that I I need your help on this. This is what you have
Hmm.
done in the past. Can you share? Because it's new for me. Because when
Hmm.
we are, things when they are new to us, we have a a period of time, we lost our confidence. Maybe it's a short period of time, and we started to have more doubts about our potential. But that moment, when you are having a sincere conversation, having the courage, just saying that, I have this new project XYZ, something is totally new to me, and I knew that you had this type of a turnaround couple of years ago. Would
Hmm.
you mind having a cup of coffee? And if you tell this to someone, the chance of receiving a no, I don't know. Could happen, of course, but the here is really having the courage to opening up, right? And then the way you bring nicely is amazing to talking about support systems. We don't have all the answers, right?
Yeah, very true. That's really something we should keep it in our minds that we are here as like or promoted to be the manager or the leader. It's not a necessity that we know all the answers. Maybe we're not good with numbers as our previous colleague, or but what we have is something unique that took the attention of my superiors to think that I am capable to on this task.
Yeah.
So I want, as a smart leader, I want to benefit from all the team strength points to combine it all together into this uh, image of the whole team, right? When this whole team succeeds, means this is my image and I'm succeeding. That's the powerful of team and network to have or to gain back my self confidence as a leader. Do you agree with me?
Definitely, definitely. I totally agree. Is the smart way because, I mean, when you have one journey, right, and the other people have their own journey, and if you always think about like I have all the answers, do you limit your growth potential? Do you limit your growth potential so much? What type of a
Mm.
thought that I have all the answers? It sounds really confident. No, it isn't. Maybe that moment it looks like that way, but especially in this world now, like look at how things are changing. We have shorter life cycles, and one day the things that we are talking now, 2 3 months later, they become not a problem anymore. They became irrelevant even, right? I mean, I'm not going to deep
Yeah.
dive to take the AI conversation here, but what I'm saying is in this world, especially sometimes we know like people need to change 5 6 times their careers, and we are talking about longevity. We are going to possibly live longer on average. So what I'm saying, we need to learn more. We need to update ourselves all the time. Even you are leveling up, you always need to. So if you think that you have everything, and but as you said, if you are a smart leader who has a believer of growth mindset, you always believe, and you really believe, and you are hungry to learn new things. You are hungry to
I
hear
love it.
new opinions.
I love this word because I love Les Brown when he says to succeed you have to be hungry. So
Yeah.
this is really you touch the base here.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yes.
also the speed that we're going through now is crazy.
Yeah.
AI, emails, online calls. You are currently in Turkey, and I am in
I mean,
Jordan, and
yes,
we're
I'm in
the
Dubai
audience
now.
is in you.
I'm in Dubai.
Yeah, yeah, you're in Dubai, and there is no room for excuses anymore.
No.
So we need to keep learning. Otherwise, we will be replaced. No one is irreplaceable in the business world. Anyone can replace you that can be, let's say, show more experience or more he invests or she invests in her learning more than you did, right?
Yeah. But at the same time, I would like to have a parenthesis. Yes, like in terms, of course, like skills and everything. But I also believe we are all of us very unique, and the impact that we are creating are beyond the numbers. That's why I think in one some ways when we look at we are really replaceable, then it's the people are there. Look, people are looking for jobs. Things are becoming harder and harder. I know how the
Yeah.
market works, other markets, especially I know by heart because I have lots of clients have different career transitions in their careers, and I'm working with them. But the thing is, our impact is unique to us, right? And then
Mm.
even the if you maybe look at the business result, but the impact is really specific to the individual. And then the
Mm.
more we are, the more we find that our voice, we have the more the courage. And actually, then people want to work with us because now you can have an amazing CV, awards and everything, but when it comes to individual level, people are still we are subconsciously looking at one person and we are assessing it very quickly, and then we are giving the credit or not even initially, right? This is so magical what is happening in seconds. That's why we are again it's really important that building that trust, being open. And when you have this, actually you are getting much better results. The skills are important, I'm saying, but still individual impact is irreplaceable. I believe that
Hmm.
everybody has a different impact and signature the way they work.
True, true. Before I go into the future, there is okay. Thank you very much, Engineer Taha. Really appreciate your compliment here, and I really appreciate your attendance as well. Maybe we should talk. Have you on board someday? Be prepared to be connected. There's another question from Isa Ali, which is in quite thinking out of the box. She wants to know from your point of view, how can the individual feel that he can be able to lead the world with his capability? I mean, what is the limit?
Yeah, I mean, okay, lead the world. I am not sure everybody wants to lead the world. Maybe she wants to. So depends on, I really wish for everyone, not wishing, I'm helping for each of my clients to experience fulfillment, what it means, what they want in this world. It doesn't have to be the crazy mission statement. It could be something that just waking up in the morning and going to there and working in a really nice environment and spending time with their family and creating that empower space for others. This could be somebody's mission. They want to empower others, whether it's in the office, whether it's in their apartment, wherever they are. So I totally believe that once you are clear what you really want to do, and this clearness doesn't have to be 5 years never change, no, but you need to. I always say, and this is one of the things that I work with my clients. You need to able to visualize yourself in a frame where it makes you feel fulfilled. It makes you feel content. I'm not saying crazy happiness here. Makes you fulfilled and content. Once you have this, and you can unleash your potential. Once you have this, then you have a clarity what you want, where to go, right? Even I don't want to say achieve. Sometimes is a achievement is, like really, I'm talking about where you want to be. And if you know this, you can lead the world if it's something that you want to. You can speak on the stage, or you can quit your 9 to 5, or nine is not 9 to 5 usually, 98, whatever it is, job, and live in the village and spend your time on
Mm,
the farm. The important thing is understanding really, because most of the time this simple question that when I'm asking initially, like 5 years from now, that very simple, I know it's a very cliche question, where do you see yourself? And I, like, more than half of the people in the first call, they say, I never thought this. I thought this, but I thought, then I labeled myself as a dreamer, and I wanted lots of things, never happened. And so why I am going to think about it? Or they say, I'm not sure. And people spend 20 years and leading teams and whatever, right? And the thing is, question here is, in order to lead the world, first of all, we need to understand what we really want to where we really want to go, and then your current reality, and then actually what are the steps then I need to take, and in the things that
mm,
I'm engaging in the short run is linked with what I wanted to do. Because in the short run, most of the time, the things that we are doing, how we spend our free time. If somebody is telling me, I really see myself 5 years from now, for example, or 2 years, working on the beach, managing my business, spending a nomadic life. And today, when they came to home, when they come to home after work, they are working, and they don't spend any time how to set up a business, how to have a skills inventory, or not doing something about leading some. And if they're not doing anything, and 2 years later, and the things are not gonna take place, and things are not going to happen, is not your vision's problem.
Hmm.
Actually,
Hmm.
you need to,
Take
that's why it's
action.
visual thinking. I am let's differentiate having a vision, visualizing something, and taking action versus wishful
Hmm.
thinking.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
We have less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
Uh, already. And
Yeah.
guys, audience, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, it's your time now. And meanwhile, I have a question for me.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
the future of leadership. How do you envision the future of leadership? And what skills, qualities are essential, becoming essential for getting success
Yes.
quickly?
Very quickly. I mean, human touch, basically, more than ever. A new generation is questioning, questioning. Don't blame them. You need to work with them. And they are also becoming leaders. So, more and more, you started to do the things AI cannot do, like really good at becoming decision making, being your
Hmm.
decision criterias, becoming really good at listening, increasing your emotional intelligence. These are all human touch. Your speaking skills, right? That we are talking
Hmm.
about. You really need to, if you are targeting lead, you need to be more visible. You need to learn, or you need to know how to write content. You need to publish thought leadership content. It's not only for content creators. And you should have one area apart from your corporate job that you are really interested in. Maybe it's not turning into business initially, but something, if you're in marketing, for example, are you really interested in AI automation in marketing? Choose that micro niche, small area, and start researching around that. Create your
Hmm.
content. These are the things, actually, because it's not an option for the today's leaders. You need to be visible. You need to show other parts of you. These are all human touch, right? The more the things that you are going to increase the human aspect of it, these are the things I mentioned, the skills. Actually, this will create your leadership impact, and you will be still valid as the times go by.
Amazing. You deserve that 1 minute to have this golden nugget. We rained you with questions all the whole session, so it's your time now. You have the mic. What would you like to address the audience? What message you want to conclude this session with?
Actually, we thank you so much. Like, we today talk all the aspects, but I really want to encourage everyone. Sometimes I know being a leader or expecting being a high achiever feels really isolated, and then you have the weight of decision making, self doubt, and expectations from yourself. But even though you are feeling lonely, you are not alone, and there are many peoples like that. I think it's the day you should start, and then be really open to take action, of course, and embrace the changes, and be really, really have honest discussions with yourself, and understand your real worth, self-worth. So if you have any questions after our live, but do not hesitate to reach out. And I really want everyone to know that if the things resonated with you, you are definitely not alone. And then the more you become, you continue further in your career and level up, this moist may became already very visible. So it's totally normal.
Amazing, amazing. It's less than a minute, so allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude and say thank you, Bahar, for sharing your valuable insights and personal experience at the beginning. It was very inspiring. Your advice will empower many to overcome self doubt and embrace their leadership. Thank you really very much. And to you, our audience, remember you are capable of great things. So don't let this imposter syndrome hold you back. To learn more about Bahar, she's always on LinkedIn, and I know that because we met there. So you can visit her website or her LinkedIn profile and get connected. And she's very open with wide open heart. So thank you very much for joining us today. Until next time, stay inspired, stay confident, and lead with authenticity. And most of all, stay curious and attend the next one. Bye for now. Thank you very much, Bahar. Bye bye.